Deal today. Ruben, you want to kick off, your thoughts on this Ty Drew trade?
Yeah, so just to break it down for everybody, Drew and Ty made a trade. Drew sent Ty AJ Brown and Rashid, what's his name? Raheed Shaheed, whatever. Rashad
Ooh.
Shaheed
Mhm.
from the
Oh,
That was in
Saints.
it.
Yeah. For Jake Ferguson, Keon Coleman, Chris Olave, and Devontae Smith. So obviously Ty got the best player involved, but Drew I think was making a trade here for the future.
Mhm.
He got Chris Olave, who I think is he's a polarizing name. Some people like him, some people don't. You know who you are if you like him. Jake Ferguson, again, tight ends are tough right now. I think Drew was dealing with I think Pitts had a goose egg, just absolutely failure of a start
Man,
for Kyle
really? Pitch
Pitts
is
right
really
now.
he's not doing anything.
Nothing. He's a
one time.
bum, man. It's
Damn, I can't
ridiculous. It's a
believe the.
shame.
Oh, you say Drew?
It was a fluke ass touchdown. That's it. Like, nothing
Yeah,
else, man.
against me. But
Oh
yeah.
man.
Devontae Smith, he's cold, I think he's
Yeah.
really good. Like kind of 1A, 1B. So I
Mhm.
think Drew came out with still really good weapons here. I think Keon Coleman is, I mean, we're in a dynasty league, man. So Keon Coleman
Mhm.
is, he looks good. I don't know, that's not like throwing the football, but I think he
No.
looks good when he plays.
Yeah,
So
Josh.
yeah.
No. He's looking for no names. If you get too well known, then he has to like ease off you for 3 weeks. You got to make it sure like
Yeah.
it's all like low key, like real low key.
That's why he loves like Shakir. He loves
Yeah, he
that
just loved
dude.
like was it Matt Collins?
Yeah.
Um, no, yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. Drew, you can go last on it since it's your trade, but Seraphin, you got any thoughts on this trade? I know you said that
Yeah, hold
Ty's
on.
the best
You
trader.
you go first, just any my charger. Hold on.
Or, all right, yeah, it's a shock. This is a shock because I know Drew was big on AJ Brown for like how many years is it?
I
Like
love that guy.
like
I probably had him for like 6, 7 years now, probably.
6, 7? That's crazy.
It's probably something like that. It was
Yeah,
like
I
when
think probably
I was on the Browns.
right. Right. I think you got him senior. I got DK. So yeah, it was probably like 4 or 5 years. I think
Probably
maybe 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Um, but I mean, you got Devontae Smith, who's on his team, who stays a little bit more healthy. I mean, when AJ Brown runs, I mean, that guy looks like his fucking kneecaps are falling off when he's running. Like
Chill.
he did. I'm telling you, doesn't he? He looks stiff as hell when he runs, like on the open field. Like he don't look shifty at all. Like
He's not, but he's just strong. He's fast as fuck.
yes, yes, I know he's good. He's still good. It's just he looks a little. He looks like
You know,
Devontae Adams running football. When Devontae runs, it's like okay. Like, I don't know. I'm a little worried on that. Devontae Smith is definitely way more fluid out there as a route runner and all that, but he's just not as big body. But
right.
AJ Brown's still better than him. But Devontae's younger, so that can help. Chris Olave, you can run back the tape on the things I've been saying since episode 1 this year. I'm not an Olave guy, but the Saints, they look good. You need depth, so that makes sense. Jake Ferguson, if that can get going, that can be helpful. Keon Coleman, yeah. I mean, Josh Allen is just like he pisses me off, man, watching these Bills games, bro. Like that's what he gets. He gets an ass whooping because he wants to fucking play around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just go out there and go win the football game. Just throw it to your best players. Oh, you got him off the team because you want all this fucking credit. Like
I don't
give
think.
James. Did James Cook even score a touchdown? What an
No.
No,
idiot.
they really couldn't get the run game going.
No, because they didn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, you
I
give. I was telling Drew, what watch? Here comes a bum rush. Like every time you want to get cute and not go for it on 4th and 1 at the 50-yard line, like bro, like I hope the Ravens beat their ass.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got on that. We got serving.
um, yeah, I think it just looks like you got a lot. You just got a lot. I don't know if you gave enough. And AJ Brown, like he's out, he's dealing with his injury, but yeah, he's way better than you know Chase. He's way better than Jamar Chase. He's way better than Garrett Wilson. So you kind of like gave that up for potential and Keon. I get that. Chris Olave. Maybe I don't know. Did you hit the reset button already, or are you going into rebuild mode? Because I think it's still a little too early. But the only last thing I want to add is, Ty was blowing up my chats too. And Ty being Ty, I think he knows when you're low and he gets you trying to be relatable. He's been there. He lives that. Like, this dude's depressed 24/7. He knows what you're going through. Your depression's more like seasonal, while his is an entire life. But he knows exactly what to say. He knows how to relay. Everything that comes out of his mouth's perfect. And I muted him because I was done. I'm like, bro, no, like, we're just not going to continue. It's only week 4. But, yeah, there might be potential, but interesting trade to see how it pans out, because what Ty likes to say is he makes good trades, right? So, if Drew, you were to turn it around, then, you'd prove him right. So I guess we'll see.
Didn't you call him the best trader in the kingdom?
Bro, Jesse, I swear you said at some point that AJ Brown will end up on Ty's team, like kind of week 2 or something.
Did he?
I think somebody said that, but
That's funny.
I was about to say that.
That's funny. Ty's ass been on a mission probably for a while, knowing him. Yeah, wrap it up, Drew. Just your thoughts, press conference to the fans.
Yeah,
diehard AJ Brown fans. Jersey is being burnt.
First and foremost, gonna miss AJ. This change needed to be made. We're 1-3 now. Fantasy football is, yeah, you got to roll with the times you're given. You got to keep up. You want to be like Seraphin, just chilling. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing for 3 years. You don't want to do that. But yeah,
True. That's a
and he's
good
on.
point.
He tries coming at me, so it's okay. But whatever. But no, it was time for a change for real. Needed better players, younger, more depth. A lot more depth now, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I agree.
pleasure doing business with Mr. Perry, as always.
Little Mousy.
Um,
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that for sure.
Hopefully, we turn the season around. That's what we're trying to do.
Still early.
I like that.
Still early.
Yeah.
Don't get caught
You
up
can't
in
tank.
it. You said you can't tank, you said?
No, sir.
Chianti, whatever his name is.
Who?
Chianti, or that running back in college. I don't know what his name is. He's like went crazy last weekend.
Oh yeah.
Chianti,
Oh,
some.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Just, Kingdom's always gonna be a surprise. There's always big trades in the Kingdom. I think that's kind of what we're known for. It's kind of like it's our identity. It's just we're gonna have like the biggest trades, the most controversial ones.
No, for sure.
And you gotta eat it, because it's like you can't go nowhere. Like, you want to act like you can trade your next 3 first-round picks, okay, and you might be screwed for the next 3 years. Like, literally, like, you might be screwed. But all right, let's get into a little recap. I'll go for we'll go game by game. Switch it up this time. Starting off with me and Seraphin's game. I'll go first. Seraphin's team. Diggs, he was hanging in there early. It was okay. It was like a Diggs Mike Evans matchup, just kind of old friends, just kind of like, hey, like, I think Diggs is a little pissed you let Mike go. I think Mike's a little pissed you let him go. So Mike had to show up. He was the early one. Ayuk has just looked horrible since this season started, man. I mean, Drake London's going Drake London. Brees Hall, I couldn't believe that 1.8, like, that was unreal. Like, the Broncos really went that crazy. I'm gonna talk about everyone else's special teams. Everyone's bailing each other out. Your defense drops 23, still lose by, what is that, 13? So it's like, damn, even with your defense dropping 23 and just doing the most, 23, not even like 18, like 23, you still lose by 13. Gibbs, valiant effort. Josh Allen didn't show up. The Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow rivalry is still there. I think Joe's like won the last 3 matchups. Garrett Wilson was the only one that I was a little disappointed in, and that's okay in fans. You can have 1 or 2 guys that, want to say they're good week for the week that you need it.
Yeah, this game was particularly frustrating, right? To your point, it's like it seems like everybody in the league gets their kickers to go off, their special teams to go off, and then everybody goes off. But a lot of my star players like shit the bed.
Mhm.
Josh Allen with 7 points. I mean, and then and on top of that, right? Because I can't even ask Josh Allen for 10 because I still lose. But like Brees Hall with 4, it's frustrating. And here's the thing that I just wanted to
One
point
point
out.
eight. Brees Hall 1.8.
Yeah, even worse. But the one thing I did want to point out is last week, Ruben was looking at my team and he made this comment about my starting lineup going into the week, and he thought he saw like a management like decision slip up.
Yep, all
And
day,
it's
100%.
that isn't right because
What was it?
I think it was me benching Travis Etienne over Stephon Diggs. He never said it, but I just assumed because that was the
No, I
way
said that was a very important question. You said it's gonna be a game time, like literally game time
yeah,
decision.
and it
Good
could have
call.
gone either way, but it's like even when I make the right tough decisions, the guys that are supposed to show up on Sunday don't show up on Sunday. And those are the easy ones, right? Brees, no brainer. Josh Allen, no brainer. But it's like, damn, I could have started Baker Mayfield in this spot and it would have been a different week. Like, really frustrating. That is just really frustrating.
And real quick before we go forward, I'll shout out. They were battling last night. Gibbs 2 touchdowns early.
Yeah.
It was a ball game down to the end, and just what a dot by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just doing anything he had to do to win me this game. Comes out, throws a fucking
Right.
on the run, over
Right.
the shoulder. Just give me 4 points any way you
Yeah.
can give me it. So
It's like you threw acid in my cut, like dirt in my cut. I don't know what the saying is because it's like he didn't even play his position. He was doing pretty bad the first like 2
I know.
quarters.
Yeah.
He had like 3 points. And then it's like it didn't. I don't know if a passing touchdown is the same amount of points as just a receiving touchdown. But either way, like it was like, bro, like he was already doing shit, and then the passing touchdown was just like frustrating
Yeah.
too.
Passing is only 4 points. Catching is 6.
Okay, but yeah, those 4 points, right? It was like
Man,
a
I
5,
needed
6
it.
point game.
Needed it. Yeah, I needed it.
And then
man.
Jameer Gibbs with 2 touchdowns, really early, right? And then he just
Kenneth
didn't
Walker
get
on the
another
bench
one.
with 30. Kenneth Walker on the bench with 30. That's all. I'm
Yeah.
off. That's all I'm gonna say. Kenneth Walker on the bench with 30.
Yep. Yep. Right, and that's so frustrating. But I don't know if y'all have anything else.
Oh yeah, they got something.
For their game?
Yeah.
Yeah, for our game.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, it's a tough one for Seraphin. I feel like just Breeze is in bust territory. Josh Allen's in fraud territory.
Jeez.
I don't know, Ayuk, fraud
Oh,
territory.
Yeah.
I puke.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna get back on track, but it's not looking good. Kane on the bench though, that's crazy. He still won by 13. 13 points.
Man, I've been so sick if I would have lost that game with him on the bench.
Yeah. Kelsey had a decent game too. Like he's
Yeah.
really right, nor she
Yeah.
Rice anymore.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
I'm a little worried about Garrett Wilson though. I am.
All right, it's a little
Yeah.
early. They're still playing. This is the first time they're playing together.
It is early, sure. That's the only thing, but
Right.
yeah. And Rogers is pissed at Salah. He's calling him a bitch. So
All right. I'll give you that.
but yeah, that's about it on that game for me.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Drew's saying about Garrett Wilson, I just wonder, is the ceiling as high as everyone was saying it was? In a fantasy like connection, the way it's gonna go. I only want to talk about my league, this league obviously, but my other league, I took Marvin Harrison Jr. over Garrett Wilson. I got a lot of shit for it on draft day. And looking back on it, I'm relieved I made that decision. But back to the game, tough game for Seraphine. I feel like he was never really in the game. At the end, you obviously get that push. But when you're down 6 Monday night, second quarter with 2 minutes left, it's tough. It's tough to say like, oh, you got a chance to win. Like Jesse still had Amon-Ra, and then he, did his thing, passing touchdown, which is hilarious, and a dot, like you said, like right on the money. Like Goff went 18 for 18, and maybe that was the best throw of the day.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was like wide open, like
I
this.
need
He
it.
was like,
he definitely hit
he
it.
was
Nah, it
not
was a hell of
guarded
a
at
throw. It was a
all.
hell of a
He was
throw.
completely
could've easily-
open.
Bro, he could have easily underthrew that, and the dude,
Yeah.
it was right there. There was a guy like right there. It wasn't like some like Anyways,
Anyways.
um, yeah, Brees Hall, I think, is definitely in bust territory. His backup looks fresher. He
Really?
looks more explosive. He's only 20 years old. Braylon
I
Allen,
don't. I don't.
you
Yeah, you got
know,
my phone.
yeah. Uh, I don't know. I just think that it's like, what if Brees Hall's a boomer bust as opposed to a consistent player like a Jonathan Taylor who's consistent every week? I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can't lose sight of that. Like, Jonathan Taylor, that's my guy, man. He'll go. He a 10 point a game guy. Like, really, that's what it is. Like, I don't even gotta really hope that he goes for 25. Like, he's gonna give me 10. So I think Brees Hall got a step to take in that department. But Jesse, for you to have like Kenneth Walker on your bench, bro, he looked insane. Like, this was a
Oh,
definitely on the field top 5 running back, bro. He's over here playing Madden. I put that in the chat yesterday. Like that touchdown he had when he was on the left side, broke it, bent all the way to the right side, and
oh. He's so
insane,
explosive.
bro. He's so explosive. He's so strong. He's fast. He's smart.
Goal line back. He's a traditional goal
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Yep.
He really, there's not really a
Freak.
hole in that guy's game. Like,
Mm.
so it was a,
No
it was a
Waldron.
good game. I think Seraphine, there's some good things to take out from this game. I think Jameer Gibbs showing up was good. Um, Again, Seraphine, you got like decent players to pick from. So I feel like you just got to get your coaching hat on and make the right decision.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to add, like, I think it's really wild that Brees has come up and bust like a narrative. Just looking last year alone, he had one, two, three,
Bro,
four,
you said
five,
Chase was a
six,
bomb coming
seven.
up with 25
Yeah,
point
he had
game.
seven 15 plus point games. Garrett Wilson didn't have one last year, and it's like we're apples to
Yeah,
oranges, my guys. Like,
but he needs
and
he
Salah and
but
Aaron Rodgers, something's going on with the offense. I think there's like
Garrett didn't have a
something to
quarterback.
say.
Hey, Garrett fumbled earlier in that game too, so I just feel like how Aaron gets. He's old school. Like I just
I
knew he
just
wasn't going to be going to him like that. After he
He's
fumbled that
a
ball early, like he didn't go to him until the fourth
just
quarter, bro. It was
I
like that's
think
just,
Brees
and then it
has
burned them because they fucking didn't do anything
I
all
think
game.
Brees just has a better history. Garrett Wilson, sure, like we can make
Why would we make it as a Garrett?
excuses.
Get out of here, man.
What do you
Just
mean?
defend your boy Breeze. Like they're
What?
going at Breeze. They got nothing to do with Garrett
They're on the
Wilson.
same
well.
team.
Also,
They're on
Garrett
the same
Wilson,
team.
He was going against Patrick Surtain, who's one of the best
I will
corners.
see,
So
but Brees has been able to play with the Jets, offensive line last
Back
year,
1,000 yard season. So
and Garrett Wilson's on the same team. They're both on the same team, right?
I
So
think Breeze
yeah,
has been pretty good this year. I think he had a bad game, but I think Breeze has been
I
solid
know.
as fuck.
I just think this bus narrative is insane. Like
Yeah,
it's
I don't
week
think
4.
nah, I'm with Drew, bro. I think
Bro.
bust territory. I think
I think that was a
we're
very
going down that
like
route.
cliquish, like a very cliquish, like
Hey,
shout
we gotta get
out,
views, bro.
something to click.
I mean, he's been
But
drafted like
It
what's
wasn't
that?
from out of nowhere though. I think
Oh,
like definitely.
I
I don't
thought Brees
know.
would be doing more. I thought Brees would have at least a
yeah,
20 burger by
I
now.
agree. I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Slow start for sure.
But
Him
that's
and
the
Aaron
Jets
Jones,
too. They
him and
suck.
Aaron Jones, similar tiers.
But the Jets
But
suck,
Let's get to
man.
the
The
next.
Jets suck.
The
The
Jets
Jets
do
suck,
suck.
bro.
Yes,
They suck.
I
I don't think
think
they
They're,
suck.
if anything,
I don't
they
think
you
they
blow,
suck.
want
bro.
honestly, you want nothing to do in fantasy. You want nothing to do with the Jets offense.
Just
Up
like
until week 4.
historically, like they suck. I'm cool on them.
No, of course. Historically, yes. The Jets.
But
All right, let's go to the next game. All
yeah.
right. So I'll start it off. We got Chopped and Drew versus Through Heaven and Earth I Alone. Through Heaven and Earth I Alone.
Nah, bro. If you're alone on heaven, like that's a you problem. You gotta talk to people.
Yeah, like come on. You gotta like start, I don't know, taking people's trash out. Like just get some fucking good karma points going, bro. What the fuck are you doing up there? But all right, let's start with this one. You know, Drew, he's going through it. What a start by Darnold. 20 points. I think that's a good one. Najee Harris is, Najee's got Najee. Yeah, it's tough. Cam Akers just a shell of himself. DJ Moore with a touchdown, but not a lot of targets because you got Shane Waldron, got him running out there 2 fucking routes a game. The same route, just streak, a little
Yeah.
comeback. It's fucking stupid. Waldron has no creativity. Raheem Shaheed, I'm not too familiar. Kyle Pitts is just that's absolutely not acceptable.
Damn.
That's just not acceptable.
Goose
Trash.
egg.
Like that's
It's
crazy. I
crazy.
thought
It's
Kyle Pitts.
crazy.
I thought he was gonna be like a top at least 5 tight end.
Oh, for sure. I
At
mean,
least
I was
top
crazy.
5. I mean, like, but there's still time left. You got a new
Right.
quarterback. There's time left. Bucky Irving. Drew was saying, did Bucky score? Like, I didn't know. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? I had no
He's like, put
idea.
him on your slips. He's like, put him on your slips.
Yeah, like he's like, did Bucky score? Like
Yeah,
Bucky
who the
who?
fuck
Like I'm
is
pissed it's not Mike Evans. I'm looking at the Buccaneers. Like no, motherfucker. Like I need Mike Evans. Special teams. Drew's really gonna have to get in his bag with these special teams every week. That's where just those chippy wins come. It's a 3-phase game. What a great start by Tennessee. I think they took a touchdown away from you, right?
Yeah, bro. That fucking bogus ass backwards pass. They stopped, but it
Yeah.
only went forward, but still.
Yeah, and kicking too, that's not gonna help at all in a time like this. Ty's team, I think it came back to life a little bit. When Saquon's not dropping 30, it's like you look at Ty's team like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
like
he
That's
still
when
a
he doesn't
dropped
have
89 points.
exactly, which is very manageable. That's a normal, but like Ty was like pushing like 110, 115
Right.
because Saquon's dropping 25. What did he do? He went 31, and then 29 a couple weeks after that. Ty's team's all right. AJ Brown, he's gonna wait for the injury to come back. So he's gonna have to battle through those times. Montgomery still looks serviceable, so that should help. Xavier Worthy looks really good, just with Rice out. So Ty, he'll be all right. It's a good win for Ty. He's 4-0. I think he's gonna need it because, I don't know. I think it's a little bit like the Dolphins magic last year. Like the Dolphins are 4-0, but like we'll see how they get down the stretch. Fuck you, Ty. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, I'll jump in here. But Ty and Drew, it was a pretty good game. It seemed like Ty, just it was kind of a boring game. I think Drew did a decent job of getting a lineup out there that played hard. You could tell that they played hard for each other. They wore that jersey with pride, and so just something about that trade. I think Drew is now back. Drew did a good job of like steering the ship, getting back in playoff hopes. I think that's like Drew's goal right now.
Yeah,
So
he's got to win. He's not over.
yeah, he's
That'd
not all
be
for
different
yeah.
story.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine, man. But being all
I've been
for
there. I've been there.
yeah,
Try to
but
spot
yeah,
player.
it was, decent game. I don't really got much to say. All of us say going forward though is Ty. He's damn near an Eagles fan now. I mean, he got Jalen Hurts, Saquon, and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
I know he already
true.
had that with Smith, but like,
And the Eagles
Oh,
suck.
wow,
yeah, they do suck.
I'm like
They
that's
blow. So
yeah.
yeah, just boring game. I think when I projected it out, I think Ty was gonna win a game like that, but it was just Ty. Shout out Ty, man, 4-0. Quietly,
Shout out.
well deserved that number one power ranking. Captain, very biased, but it's okay.
Right, very biased.
We're not here to win power rankings. We're here to win something else. So we
Right.
just shut up. But yeah,
No, it was a very, very boring game. But we thought we win this one. Ty came in with a dud, kind of 89. We could have did it.
it's so
We could have made it
fucking
work.
boring.
Oh, it was boring as fuck. Trust me, bro. Just watching Najee Harris run 1 yard per fucking carry, bro.
That's insane. Yeah.
He's so
He's a
slow.
second half guy, bro. Don't give up. I promise you.
I haven't seen it. No, the boys are mad. The boys are mad in this one. Mason for Ty has been nice, but Jordan Mason, he's been good.
Huge.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Drafted.
Huh?
He drafted him. We didn't have a chance to get him.
Yeah, it's a great draft by Ty. Great draft by Ty. I think Alonzo tweaked every week goes by. I think he gets a little bit more expensive to the point where like he might not be for sale anymore. I feel like Alonzo should have jumped on that like as soon as he got the news that CMC was out.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
Now I don't know. It might be too expensive. I don't know. I would have jumped on that Alonzo. I really would have. If Ty was like really like that dumb enough to trade me him, I'd be like, sure. What do you need? Second round pick.
Something.
Yeah.
Like,
But no, yeah, shout out to Ty. 4-0. Big win.
Yeah,
Shout out,
great win for Ty. I think Ty scoring 89. That's his low. Which I think is saying a lot, right? On your low end of scoring in a week is 89 points is really high. And him coming off like 100-point games, like he has come out hot. he's been dominating. And even like when he kind of gives a little bit, like you still got to put up a 90-point game to beat Ty. So, credit to him, credit to the team he's built. David Montgomery, maybe he got, I don't know what happened there, Jesse, but that was probably you fucked up there.
What? Wait, what did I do?
Well, you could have probably kept David Montgomery.
Over who?
I could. That's really
No,
not the
bro. See,
conversation
that's the
right
thing.
now.
You
That's not the
gotta look into
conversation. It's
like
about
you
Ty
got.
and
I know
Drew's
you're not used to that
matchup.
much talent. No,
But
I get you.
David Montgomery he still got in the tank.
He's better than Aaron Jones. Is he better than Aaron Jones?
Probably, I'd say so.
Gotcha.
He's on a. I think the Lions in general are a better team. But the weird thing is that I'm looking at Ty's team and man, it's Jordan Mason. What sticks out is Jordan Mason and George Kittle and how they weren't involved in the trade talks for AJ Brown. Jake Ferguson was the one who left. And George Kittle was on the bench, and it's like, damn, like could have Drew maybe asked for Kittle, baked in a little Mason in there. I think the trade looks a little better with those guys versus Jake Ferguson, who hasn't been a fantastic tight end by any means. He's serviceable for sure. Is he better than Cole Kmet? Maybe, but not by much. So, man, I saw Ty's bench. It just makes me question the trade a little bit more. But Drew, I got McPherson on my bench. If you're looking for a kicker,
Fuck
I'm
that
willing to
stream, bro.
do. Huh?
That stream, bro.
Extreme, bro.
But yeah, great fucking cakewalk for Ty. A matchup I would have enjoyed, but here
Oh, I
we
can't
are.
wait.
I'm 0
I can't
4.
wait.
I can't wait. Yeah, when I play Drew and he drops 130.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
A lot.
let's move on. We got Young Bucks, Cherry top, Seraphim bottom. And for all our new fans out there, that means that Colin's team is the description of Jerry having sex with Seraphim, and Jerry is on top while Seraphim's on bottom.
It did have to be explained. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
I don't know.
I feel like it did because I feel like it's an old school joke from what's that from? Like
Yeah.
what's that show called?
Was that the
League?
The,
The League, right?
yeah.
Right. It's an old school, so I feel like it needed to be explained.
I know that.
Because they thought Lil Wayne was Weezy, but Weezy is Wayne. So we got 103 from Ruben, 83 from Colin. Long time rivalry. I think we're switching. We're seeing the changing of the guard, kind of a Bills Patriots esque kind of feel to it. Kyler Murray. I mean, he sucked that game. Bijan, they took that Bijan touchdown back. That was crazy. Jonathan Taylor is solid. Justin Jefferson looked really good with Darnold, CeeDee Lamb, great game. Chase, all the big three scored. That usually leads to a win. Brock Bowers came back to earth a little bit. I don't think you're like through the week, like Gronk giving like Brock the go ahead on something, or like just let the guy finish his rookie season first. Like I don't care. I don't care if he had 7 catches for 88 yards and like let's see him put on a whole season before we start getting like into this whole like Brock Bowers, I mean, Young went cool. I mean, this guy, I feel like you've been messing with him for a long time. So, I mean, that's your man. When he went out there and dropped 20, that's the difference in the game. If he doesn't make a field goal, you still win by 0.3, but shit. A-Chain, that's tough for Colin. It's going to be tough without Tua to get that offense going. Dobbins, he's cooled off a little bit. Stroud, good game, Stroud. Rice, he played one play and then left the field. Reed had a good catch. LaPorta has been underwhelming. He's been very underwhelming. Ford, I think he sucks. He's like 5'8". Moody, great kicking performance from Moody, but at the end of the day, Colin, his talent's not there. It's gonna come down to Colin needs to get real strategic, win each matchup, but it just didn't come to the table this week. I'm not really seeing any solutions on the bench either. Taysom Hill, who's gonna start that bum? So. That's all I got in this one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Drew.
There you go. Very good.
No, I think Collins just crashed back to earth. He um, started off hot, but I think he's coming down. I think, yeah, to your point, that the loss of Tua right now is big, and then Rashid Rice probably out for I don't know if it's come out yet. He's out for the rest of the season or something.
So,
Um, big loss, right? Sam Laporta, the Lions are they're operating like on all cylinders, and Sam Laporta is just not part of that offense, so that's frustrating, especially since he traded for him. So, hey, maybe shout out to Captain for offloading him. But yeah, great job, Ruben. Great win. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Bijan, he's playing pretty good, right? I think a little underwhelming still, even with a better Kirk Cousins quarterback
Yeah.
position. But you hope he plays a little better. But hey, Jonathan Taylor's working out. And Jamar Chase, who I would have thought is probably your weakest link, is been playing, pretty consistently. I'll give him that until he's not. And that's what I'm worried about. But, great
That's how
game.
it works.
Yeah, it was a good game for Ruben. The big three going got like 45 combined points, probably a little more. It's gonna be hard to beat them when they do that. Uh, Tough week for Colin. A-Chain only 2 points, Dobbin 6, 8 combined points for running back. He's not gonna get it done most of the weeks. Uh, Taylor does scare me a little bit with that ankle. What's going on? Any update on the ankle?
really, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, me
His
neither.
question.
Ooh,
Um,
he is. He's always been
um,
injury prone too, right?
that's, he has,
A
yeah.
little bit.
Uh-oh.
He said,
Uh-oh.
And yeah, Kyler had a bad week, but I think he's fine. I think he's gonna be fine. But yeah, cool with 20. Uh, Save the week, to be honest. I think. Yeah, 3-1 for Ruben. Someone's got to put a stop to this. I don't know who plays him next, but please. Who do you play this week, Ruben?
Captain. It
Yeah. Oh,
was a good
right.
candidate to do that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and you can go.
Uh, yeah, I would say it's a good game from me. I think that we're still scratching the surface. I think that we're just very proud of our team. And, I don't know if y'all saw, but I had to defend myself as a manager in the group chat. I forgot who was talking shit, but I had to like just kind of remind everyone how I got to this team, how I got to this
Mm.
point. It took me 9 years to get here. I've had so many different teams with David Johnson and all these different guys, and trades that were they're kind of laughed at. I traded Derrick Henry in his prime for Jefferson and uh, Jamar Chase, who was still in the draft. I mean, and he was talking about college balls are better, easier to catch. Remember, he had a bunch of drops in preseason. I remember when I drafted Jamar Chase and his projection said like 6.8. We were at Drew's mom's house doing a draft in the parking lot. I was like, fuck, what did I just do? Like, I just traded Derrick Henry ways. But so fuck all you in regards to that. Like I'm just some unfair team. Like, no, I got all these dudes. I traded for Seraphine decided he wanted to keep Adam Thielen, who still had good years left, by the way. So it's not really that bad. I decided to pick up CeeDee Lamb, whatever. Anyways, about the game. It was a good game. I think that Colin, I see the potential of like the kind of franchise he's trying to build. I think that I don't think Rasheed Rice towards ACL. I think that they said that he actually avoided that. So we'll see how long he's actually out for. But still, that's a tough break for him. Like you said, Seraphin, I agree with you about Bijan Robinson. It's like, he's just like he gets his dick sucked every fucking like draft, and he hasn't really delivered in that front for me. But like on the football field, I think he
Right.
looks really good this year. Like he looks pretty good. I think he looks like strong,
Reminds me of Zion.
healthy. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Okay,
You
except
know,
he's not
just
bad,
right
but but I
production
think,
level.
yeah, for sure. I understand. I feel that. But shout out Justin Jefferson. I want to say he kind of got a lot of shit too. Like if you guys watch just any draft like on
Oh
YouTube or
yeah, for
like
sure.
he got a lot of shit, and
I got him ninth in my league.
yeah, man, he slipped in like all these drafts. So just talent does prevail with him, bro. He is the best receiver in football. He's making sure that that's very clear. And if y'all just hear the way he talks in the press conference, he just got a different tone to him this year.
Mhm.
he's out to kill. He's out to kill. He said the whole Garrett Wilson quote 2 weeks ago. Last week he said he didn't. I don't care about Jair Alexander. That's his thing. Scores. It was a nice touchdown catch. And then yeah, so a good game. Justin Fields on the bench, but I would have loved to have started him, man. But I didn't think that, who did he play? He played the Colts. Maybe I should have
Colts.
started him. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I probably should have started him, but yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson's performance has been cool, but like let's not downplay the fact that Sam Darnold is playing exceptionally well for what expectations were. Like I understand Justin Jefferson has a certain like attitude going in, but if his quarterback sucked, he would suck too. So you just give a little
I
praise to
just
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, shout out Darnold. I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with that just because I feel like Jefferson was kind of quarterback proof a little bit. I think he's just a dog. I don't think that Darnold was really showing me anything I didn't know about Jefferson. So I just want
Sam
to say
Darnold's
I disagree
outperforming
with that.
Kyler Murray.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, Kyler Murray has something to prove this year, So I mean, not too crazy.
And Kyler Murray's outperforming Josh Allen. At least last week.
No, he's not. Maybe this week by like a point or two.
Did you go already surfing?
Yeah. Well, we can move on.
All right. We got Jerry versus La Familia. This game
Ooh.
sucked, man.
This game
I can't.
sucked.
I don't know how Jerry won.
I
This
love
game.
this game.
Give me this.
Love
I
this
don't know.
game.
Give
I
me
don't know
either of these
how
guys.
he won this game.
Oh,
How
I
did
got
Jerry
you.
win this game? Tyreek Hill just didn't do anything. DK Metcalf, he fumbled, didn't he? Fumbles
Yeah.
and he still wins by 4.
Yeah, both of them had negative points. It's crazy.
Yeah, negative both sides. Chuba Hubbard. I can't believe this guy's like Seraphin, not Seraphin, but it might be Seraphin's best player, but it's like Alonzo's best player right now. Like it's I can't believe this guy's really his best player right now. Like 22, 18. Then you got nobody else. I'm looking at the team like I wanted to go like, and then you got no one.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's gonna be Lamar. Lonzo finally had the balls or like the brains to start him. Damn, Addison on the bench, Swift on the bench though. Some starters from weeks past. I feel like
Yeah.
La Familia got in his head a little bit.
Mhm.
Hate it here. Neighbors, he's been great this year. What?
Yeah.
Oh, Nico Collins, that was a great trade. Did he
Saved
trade
him.
from the offseason or he
No, he got him in the pre-draft.
Yeah,
pre-draft?
captain didn't pick
Yeah,
him.
great. Yeah,
No, Gotti picked James Conner. Gotti picked
Oh,
James
was that?
Conner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I
solid.
mean, the guy he's jam packed with talent right now. So
Well, he was on a Raging Bull when he probably made the pick.
yeah, that's all I got. I mean, it's the East matchup. The East is kind of losing its aura a little bit just because La Familia's been around for a while, man. Like La Familia, like this core has been around for a long time. Like he is due for a terrible team. And Jerry is he's got to prove that he can put a good team on the field. It's been a long time before we were ever worried about Jerry Hernandez. So that's all I got to say about this game.
It's so frustrating when I play Jerry, he dropped 91 points, and when I play La Familia, he dropped 109, and then both of these clowns dropped not even 80 points, bro. Like it's so funny how this stuff works out, man. It's like you just get them on their good days, and then you don't play them on their bad days, right? So it's frustrating, but that's why I muted Ty's chats because it's a slow grind. It's only week 4. You know what's coming up?
You think Ty could chip away at it? Like
my
he
trip
could get
to
you
the
to
West. I always attribute my trip to the West as me going to Cabo. It's a nice time.
It's a different year, buddy.
We got our feet in the pool all day.
Different year, buddy.
We got our feet in the pool all day. It's fantastic. Either way, back to the game. There's not much to say. 2 bad teams playing bad football, both scoring negative points. It's nasty. You guys could have just left a couple of them on the bench. Yeah, Chubba Hubba pisses me off so much because he was definitely the nail in the coffin. Last game, Khalil and Dalton Kincaid, you get what you get, right? If Josh Allen's not having a good game for me, you're definitely going to get no good games from any of his wide receivers. So, maybe switch it up there, Alonso. Maybe start somebody else that's not on the Bills. So, Yeah, a lot of injuries for Alonso, but shit game. That's all I got.
Yeah, I didn't find this one very exciting. Like you guys did, or Ruben and Jesse did.
No, I thought
Uh,
this game was trash. Ruben
I love
was
this
fucking
game.
pumped. Ruben's
Yeah, I was woohooing, bro. Love this game.
what we'll take away is Nico's wide receiver one right now. He looks nice. He looks good. With CJ, so Brian Thomas looks good too. So I think he's just starting Brian Thomas more. Lamar needs help. Alonso, I don't know what he's gonna do. Chuba, I guess that's his guy right now. So maybe he can carry him for a little bit, but other than that, I think Alonso's in trouble.
Yeah,
CMC looked not good.
yeah, I agree, Drum. He got CMC in Germany, or I don't know if is he on the way back. I don't know, but he was in
Both
Germany.
knees.
Fucking
Said
yeah,
he's pissed.
seriously. So that's tough. Like, again, I think Alonso's a little bit asleep at the wheel. With like you bring up Jesse, you make a great point. How does he not like get aggressive and get Jordan Mason? You got to kind of like
Arrogance. Arrogance.
a little bit. Yeah, I think that he thought it was just gonna work, and I get it. He's one of those teams where you could definitely autopilot him for a couple of years, and he's one of the best
Yeah.
teams in Kingdom history, one of the best franchises.
One of
He's
the
won
best
a
without a
lot
ring.
of
He's definitely the
games,
best without a ring.
the best without a ring. Yeah, he's definitely just a lot. I got a lot of respect for what he does over there, and just yeah,
Mm.
that's my guy, man. Shout out to Alonso. He got me a bottle of whiskey for coming over. So that was love. But
Yeah,
for the game
definitely.
itself, Jerry pulled it out. It was a good game for Jerry. I think he needed this win. He hates it here currently, but we'll see if that changes throughout. Malik Neighbors been a home run. Nico Collins been a home run. I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all remember, Jerry was very excited at draft. I think that he had a very good draft. He felt excited, and some of the, Nico Collins fell on his lap. That's just, I'll smile every day. If I'm like, damn, I got Nico Collins when
Mhm.
someone else took
Yeah.
James Conner. So tough game. Alonzo got to make a change, man, or he will not make the playoffs like I projected.
Yeah. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go
Guardian
to
captain, game of the week.
Game of the
last
week.
game. What a shootout. When the two Justins get together, it's always fireworks. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck what.
fighting.
I don't care what it is. It could be fantasy football. It could be, anything. Is when they get together, the fireworks will get set off at one point in time. So it was good to see them match up. They play twice a year. Looks like they're on the up and up. Been a while at the bottom, I feel, for the division for the both of them, and I feel like, time's finally starting to switch a little bit back. We got county jail. Like I said, we went over. He said that every foot was scrubbed. There was no athlete's foot. It was for athlete's foot awareness. That cake that he put out. He's saying that
Disgusting.
his gates are actually still open. Like he's still accepting prisoners that that want to transfer to his jail. We got guys like Deontay Johnson finding a home. We got Fryermuth, Zach Moss, like these names that you're like, oh, he does play. Like, oh, I forgot about that guy. Like James Conner. We're just talking about him. I just can't believe it. Like these veterans, they're just getting together, and it's just the longest yard. There's no other way for me to put it. It's the longest yard that's going on over there, and it's great for ratings, and it's fun to watch with Cam Lee. I mean, Derrick Henry tried his best. That was crazy. James Cook not getting a touchdown, that wins you the game. If James Cook just gets a 1 yarder. So again, Josh Allen's bum ass wants all the credit. We got Pollard even scored that touchdown late too. Damn. So this ended up being a really, really good game.
Was Pollard?
Captain.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And Cam lost by 6 in the end.
Yeah.
So I mean, both teams got potential this year. It was a very good matchup. We can't be sleeping on the Justins. I don't think they're cruise control anymore.
Next surfing, idiot.
All right. Yeah, I think the better Justin won. And Dak Prescott is definitely who we thought he was. He's not this guy that's gonna come out and drop 29 points. No, he's gonna give you a solid 15. So come back to earth, Captain. The better Justin won. And I said it week 1. I think week 1, I think the better Justin has the better story to make a championship run. He's got a couple of misfits. Somehow he's making it work, and he's winning football games, right? Last week, Terry McLaurin came back, played well again. Jaden Daniels continues to shine, right? He's not,
Yeah.
some other first, second round pick that's just not
He's
panning
number one
out.
quarterback.
Was it?
He's QB1 right now.
Which is fantastic. And that's what separates, I
Duh.
think, that's the biggest thing. What was that, Ruben?
I said, duh. But I'll just jump in real quick. Great game. Great game for Gotti, man. I'm just so impressed. And you know what he's done. He's got a little stack now with McLaurin and Daniels. Like I said last week, man, McLaurin looks happy to be playing football again. He scored. He does a little dance. Some of y'all saw it. I fucked with it. And yeah, Kyron Williams has scored like, dude, how many? He scored 7 straight games going in the back last year, maybe even more. I mean, this guy is scoring every single week, and they're using him so much. It's just the perfect fit there. And again, I'm just impressed with how fast Gotti's turned it around. Like it's really been a 1 year change to being competitive. So yeah, it was a good game. Derrick Henry gave it his all. Captain, we'll see what happens with Devontae Adams. He looks like he's gonna get traded, and I don't like trades in football. I think whenever a player goes to a different team, it always gets a little. It's rare that it's better than where they were. I think that it's always like I just don't think it translates as much as it does like in other sports. Like I think usually it's like a lower. So I don't know. What if Adams goes to the Jets? Am I happy about that? I don't know, maybe, but yeah, I mean, you definitely wouldn't hate a reunion with Aaron Rodgers. I still think Garrett Wilson is. You can't just ignore Garrett Wilson. But if he goes to the Steelers, Justin Fields, I don't know. But so I'll be a little concerned about that. One more thing I want to mention with Captain. Like I agree with you, Seraphine. Dak is who he is, but he teases you because he would have 25-point games, and he took Caleb Williams. So it's just going to be interesting to see how he navigates that because he hates the Bears so much. How does he deal with that and deciding who he wants to play? I think it's going to be interesting going forward. But again, two great teams. I think two teams that are better than Seraphine. So this whole like I'm going to the West bullshit is dumb. I think you're in for a rude awakening. I think the West is way better than it was last year. And again, ultimately I conceded last year to y'all this bullshit about the East was better than the West. I fucked with it at the end of the day. Like I'm not gonna sit here and argue about really that came out to be facts. Like the East was probably better, but this year I actually don't think so. I truly think the West is better. I think that the worst teams in the league are all in the East. The record wise, 0-4 is Seraphine. Jerry and Alonzo doesn't look like he has a pulse. So yeah,
I agree, Ruben. I think the West is making a case that the first time in a decade they're probably better than the East. There's an award out there.
Decade.
So congrats, guys! You got your head out of your ass. You did something. Now you can say you might be better than the East, right? Still a very long season, so we'll have to see if that's true.
Yeah, we'll find that out.
You'll find that out.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll move on. I mean, are we really about to do this next segment?
We don't have
to. I think so. I think, yeah, cool. Thank you.
I think
so.
I think,
look, it's a question. It's a question. It's not a statement. It's a question.
Right.
Thank you.
And the question you want to
that I came up with.
You want to present the question, Ruben?
I don't have my question notes in front of me, so one of y'all can do it.
Panic time for Seraphim. 0-4, the only team without a win.
Yep.
Is it panic time? And your guys, I'll go first. Okay. Is it panic time?
And give me trade options too. Yeah. If you want to blow it up, let me know what I should do. Like I want to.
Yeah, like I got you.
Write it down.
It's not panic time for Seraphim. I wouldn't say it's panic time at all. Like he's 2 games behind, playoff spot right now. He just really has to live in the present now. There's no more projecting. There's no more. It's like you guys just win. You got to win this week. You have to win this week. I wouldn't be worrying about next week, the week after that. 1 game at a time. I think Hall's been all right. Your big 3 and running backs has been a little underwhelming as a whole. I like Gibbs, but Etienne and Hall are not really holding up their end of the bargain. I know Hall's been solid, but just no more. I haven't seen the explosive Hall that I seen last year,
Fuck
or
no.
Etienne. And then
Hell
London and
no.
Ayuk is just like such like a poor man's like Hunter Renfro and um, Johnny Knox. Like it's like a poor man because I don't know. So I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't panic. JMO needs some more tick. I think JMO needs more tick. Jameson Williams.
Ruben.
Drew, you can go. You want to go?
I don't got too much to say. I mean, I'm 1-3, so I'm not gonna talk too much shit here. But
Maybe
yeah, I
time to
think,
panic.
huh?
Yeah,
Maybe
is it
time to
time to
panic.
panic?
Time to panic? No, it's not time to panic. I feel like if you're 0 and like 6, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you go 0 and 5, maybe a little bit, maybe just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but no, 0 and 4, I think like you gotta get a win here next week though, man.
Yeah.
Who do we play? Who do I got? Colin, right?
Colin?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Spread's at
gotta
one
be.
point,
What
so
is
that's
it?
a good 1.9 for the spread.
That's
Damn.
hilarious.
It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
That's hilarious. That is that close.
There's a pick 'em. Where do we go now?
Yeah, Seraphin, I don't think it's time to panic, bro. I think you got a good roster. Obviously, I thought very highly of you going into the season. I still do. It's just like now I got to start paying attention to the math part of it, of like how many games are you behind, stuff like that.
Reality
But
part.
yeah, it's kind of more reality and like game by game. And a loss now, it's just a little more crushing than most teams losing in a week 5. Your losses are just going to be a little bit more heavy, but I think you got a really good team. Brees Hall. Again, me and Drew said bust territory, right? He's not a bust yet at all. But again, you want to make sure that you can like get more from him because again, you got a three-headed monster, bro.
Yeah.
What 8 to 10 points each? Like that's not. I don't think that's not what I think was advertised going into this
Mm-hmm.
year. Like I think that, especially just in our dynasty league, I don't know. They all kind of had like that fresh, hot feel to them last couple of years, and I was kind of waiting for that boom. But it's not time to panic. Just to answer your question, or like advice on how I would go about it, I don't think you can really make a trade right now. I think that like you're not gonna really win any trade. When you look at like, I just think you can't afford another Mike Evans situation. You can't really afford another one. And again, it made you gun shy with
Man, Mike was huge,
Stephon
man.
Diggs. Right,
Man,
made
Mike
you
was
go
so
sell
good.
with Stephon Diggs, and yeah, Jesse reaped the benefits of
Oh
Mike Evans
man.
last year, and he still is. But maybe Josh Allen, you find another quarterback you like, and see if anyone wants to bite on Josh. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm just talking shit though, but no, I wouldn't panic.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the running backs other than Jameer Gibbs has emerged as the best of the three. Very
Right.
underwhelming, out of Brees and ETN.
Who you
Yeah,
give up a lot for? ETN, right?
Yeah.
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 I didn't. I'll
At
be.
least neighbors, right? In perspective, it was like the
I'll
neighbors
have
pick
a
or no?
first round pick when I think 29, so that I won't be 33 when I get a first round pick. So I wouldn't say I gave up too much, but ETN's interesting, right? Jaguars as a whole suck. So maybe,
That
maybe
was a good one.
ETN just a Saquon in the making. We just gotta ride his contract out. Maybe they trade him. Maybe he tests free agency and he gets on a better team. So maybe that's what happens with ETN. But right now, Jaguars I think suck. Brandon Ayuk super underwhelming. He got $125 million contract. Debo's been out. Christian McCaffrey's been out. You would have
Dude.
thought he would have
Yeah,
emerged
good
as
point.
somebody, but
Good
he's been
point.
super underwhelming. But the last thing I just want to say is 57, 49, 74. That's what Drew has scored the last 3 weeks. I'm
I'll take
appalled.
the deflection. It's fine. I know
Appalled.
it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I'm
I just thought it was funny sending
appalled.
random numbers like that and just saying what it
I'm just appalled that we're having this conversation about me panicking. Yeah, I'm 0-4 and Drew's 1-3. But is he like, I don't know what the saying is, but he's some kind of sheep in like wolf's clothes because he really should be like 0-4 or something because that
But
win against
he made a
Ruben.
move, so it's kind of like you can't answer that question. Like we got to
So
wait and see now.
yeah, we
You
gotta
can't
wait.
say it's time to panic when he just made a huge trade. Like obviously he addressed that.
I just think, even with the trade though, even
Yeah.
with the trade, I think the panic button is, maybe me and Drew aren't hitting the panic button, but I think Drew's panic button is blinking red right now. Mine is not blinking any
Even with a
color.
win,
The
even
button's
with a win.
there, but Drew's is like red, is blinking red in the middle of the night. He can't sleep. It's just interesting that we're having this conversation about my team.
Making too much noise.
Blinking is.
I think it's an interesting topic. Yeah, hopefully we we usually get our second win here when we come in. We meet the West for our little West vacation, West Palm, beach, whatever. Toes in the sand, like it's a good time. So I think what do we got next? Next week matchups.
Yeah, let's run through these
Yeah.
matchups real quick. I feel a little different. All right, starting off, we got me versus Jerry. I'm gonna take myself. Obviously,
Walk.
I don't got a kicker right now, so the projection's down. Jake Elliott's just been abysmal. I blame Colin. Colin, your team sucks. Just want to throw out there the Eagles die. Eagles die.
Damn.
And we got Lions on a bye. So Aaron Jones starting comfortably. There's not really a lot of decisions to be made this week. So I think I got this one.
That's already buys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye week starting.
Yeah, Lions are on a bye. Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I probably agree. I got Jesse in this one. Not huge on Jacobs and Stevenson. They haven't shown me anything really, except for Stevenson the first week had a good game, but he's fumbled like in the past 2 weeks. So I got Jesse on the spread too, minus 3.6, I believe. Yep,
Yeah.
3.6.
Well,
Yeah,
that's Jerry. Well, that's because Jerry is up right now because I don't want to kick her in. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I got Jesse too. I think even without Amon St. Brown, I got Jesse winning, covering the spread. I'll probably up the spread. If I was betting, I'll probably up the spread, maybe get a plus 280 value. Put on your parlay. I think it's a good pick there. So I'll go Jesse.
I think without my glasses on, I think Jesse. But with my glasses on, I'm going with Jerry. I
Ooh.
think Jerry Stevenson goes off. Nico Collins does what he does. DK revenge game to shit on Jesse. I got Jerry winning this one. 2-2. Are these teams that much different? I'm not sure. They're 2-2. So we're gonna see who the better team is. Big matchup, and hoping Jerry pulls this.
All right, let me sneak that in there.
hoping Jerry pulls this out. He's in our division. We have the same record. Like I don't understand. Like
Yeah, but
just an equally the threat.
all right. Who do we got next?
Next, we got Pastor versus Jerry Top, Sheriff and Bottom, which for our new customers, that means no, I'm playing. Man, this one might end up being just like the La Familia Jerry game of this week. I think I'm not a big fan of Zay Flowers. I'm not big on Jalen Reed. Taysom Hill, I resent him. Man, this is tough. Collins roster this week. I'm not in love with it. I like A-Chain. They give him the ball. I'm in New England, so I mean, you probably should be able to give him the ball. That's about it though on Collins roster. The pastor, we got Josh Allen's gonna be Josh Allen hopefully, unless he needs more credit to boost his ego. Big Three is not gonna start again because the Lions out. The Lions on a bye. If Drake London's he's gonna know start this week. Drake London.
Yeah, he's been on fire.
I'll get that.
That Kirk Cousins connection is there.
Dude, this guy has like the fucking longest leash I've ever seen in Kingdom history. Drake London. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake. How long has Drake London, the prospect of him starting, been out there? Like for like 3 years now. This is going on year 3.
I mean, come
Like an
on,
overall
Desmond
pick.
Riddler.
I'm just
Mariota.
saying. This is Drake London. Like this guy,
You gotta
man, he cracks me up.
believe.
Who's gonna win though? Sheriff is gonna win this game. He's gonna win. Big Three steps up. No, not Big Three, but 2/3.
2/3.
Yeah.
But I got Colin winning this one just because Seraphim doesn't have Gibbs. That's like his savior.
True.
Gibbs. Um,
It's a,
yeah, he's gonna miss him a lot. So I got Colin with the
that's
spread.
a good point. It's a great point. Great point.
I forgot about that. I got Seraphine. I think Seraphine. I think you. Even without Gibbs, I'm gonna say you score 115 plus this
Let's
week. I think
go.
you're due for a
Let's
huge,
go.
huge, huge week. I think you beat the shit out of Colin, who's a pretender. If we ever have a pretenders contender segment, I definitely got, Colin the pretenders. I think you're gonna win, Seraphine. I think, you're clawing. It's hilarious, but I
I
think you're
don't
gonna win
think it's
this game.
hilarious. Yeah. I agree. There's not a lot to say, right?
There's a lot to say.
There's not a lot. I mean, he has CJ Stroud. That's about it. But even with Gibbs
Your
on the
MVP.
bench, even with Gibbs on the bench, we have Stephon Diggs, ETN Hall, and last but not least, Josh Allen.
Jash.
Jash. Back home, he likes to be called Jash.
Jash Allen. Sounds like
Sorry,
something,
Josh,
dude.
that slipped out. No one call him Jash. He
Some Chicago ass accent.
but I gotta win this so bad, and I hate the narrative coming like, oh, easy win here for me, and it's God, man, it's gonna sting, it's gonna sting so fucking bad to go 0-5.
Oh man,
Mm.
But our heads up
you
high,
can't stop
and
it.
every chat coming from Ty is muted, so
Let's revisit that. Yeah. Do you go get Ruben?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
won.
All right. So we got La Familia through heaven and earth, I alone. Um, like we said, like you gotta like, bro, you gotta like. I think I said like taking some trash out. I don't know, like offering rides for like the neighborhood kids at school. It's like you gotta figure it out in heaven, bro. I'm sorry, you cannot be alone up there, bro. You gotta figure it out, bro. No more cheating at Yahtzee. But anyways, uh, man, oh man, he finally got Swift back in there. Addison's back. Oh, now they're back. Good job, Alonzo. Um, Ty wins this game. Ty wins this game just because Mason's gonna be solid. Worley's gonna catch a fucking laser now from Mahomes. Um, I think Ty wins. Yeah, these rosters suck though. Now I'm looking at them; these are terrible. But
I
yeah, like
I
wow.
yeah, I agree. I got Ty winning. I think Alonso's just until I see like again his injuries, like Cooper Cup, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
McCaffrey, two
Right, the
cornerstone
white boys, the white boys.
guys, the white boys. Their jerseys will be in the rafters over there.
Mm-hmm.
I just when you read their names, I just can't help but notice like the polar opposite of La Familia and heaven
Yeah,
on earth, I along,
yeah, different
whatever.
mindsets,
So.
different mindsets.
Different mindsets clashing together, good versus evil, happy
Right.
versus sad,
Yeah.
positive versus negative, optimism versus pessimism. I'm gonna go tie in a pretty close, low scoring game.
Yeah, I got Alonzo here. He got no buys. He's desperate for a win. Um, yeah, I feel like I don't know who's gonna start. Who's gonna start Lamar? I hope so. I hope he's done with the AR experiment.
Yeah.
I hope that's done.
Bust.
Hopefully. So, but yeah, no, I think I got Alonzo here. The upset, but Ty covers the spread still +3. Close game.
yeah,
That'll be real close.
I'm gonna lean with Drew here, and I think Alonso's gonna pull the win. I just
Me and Ty.
didn't know.
Are you sure? Are you gonna side with Drew? Sorry,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
leaning
siding.
with
I'm
Drew.
gonna side with Drew here, and I think Alonso's gonna get the win. I think the Eagles being on a bye is huge. Geno Smith and Kareem Hunt, I think major
True.
downgrades. I think Jordan Mason, or to expect Jordan Mason, Xavier Worthy, the rest of these guys to play at the level that Saquon and Jalen Hurts have been playing is just unreasonable. Lamar's hot. DeAndre Swift is putting it together in Chicago. So, and Chuba Hubbard, God, that guy's like the worst, but he's working. He's working for Alonso. He might be a league winner. So if
Yeah.
you want a league winner, trade for Chuba Hubbard. But I think Alonso he's gonna get the W here.
Agree. Actually, I don't agree. That's a good take though. So we got County Jail and Drew. This is gonna be just a battle. I think this one's gonna be a battle, and I think this is gonna be Drew's highest scoring week of the year. Um, and it's gonna come down to it. I think the minus 21.6 is just egregious
I
for
think
a
it'll be better.
line. Yeah, still like damn, like it's,
Uh,
take even if you take like 8 off that, like come on, let's relax. Drew with the revamp. I think I got Drew winning this game. I got a lot. I got Branch County Jail coming back to earth a little bit. I think the rations are going down. I think that they're cracking down on the homemade wine and marijuana in the cells. So morale is dropping.
We're pissed about
And
it.
yeah, they're pissed about it. So they're not sleeping, not getting the full 8 hours anymore. Um, yeah, I got Drew. I got Olave pulling a Mike Evans and just dropping like 25 this week, the week after Ty trades him.
it'll fucking huge.
Yeah, yeah. Love's gonna be another week back, so he'll look a lot better. So yeah,
Yeah,
Daniels
thanks.
come back early. Showers aren't working that well at County Jail. Yeah, I got Drew.
I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna take myself here. I feel like I have to. Took Ty last week. Boys weren't happy about it. Locker room got a little upset. So I think I'm gonna take myself. I don't know. The spread's 21 something right now, right?
21.6. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's just insane. Um,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know what else to say. Just desperate game for us. Must win. We can't be in the Seraphim pool.
Right,
1-4.
right, right.
We're not in the same pool.
Oh, you're right. We're not. We're not.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got Justin. He's just been on fire. Nothing against Drew. I feel like this episode's been very targeted at Drew for just the last 3 weeks, his trade, and this has nothing against Drew. This is just Justin just being very good these last 4 weeks, right? We've all been surprised. I think he's gonna continue it. He has to continue it, right? If he doesn't, then obviously there's questions about whether he was an imposter, but you got to give it to Drew. I think Najee Harris is just Drew's kryptonite. You got to find a way to get rid of him, just like Ruben got rid of him.
And Jerry and
I agree with that.
everyone else before him.
Yeah,
y'all sleep.
but
Uh,
yeah,
Second half
Justin.
player.
hopefully.
I got. I'm gonna roll with Drew here. I think Najee Harris bounces back. I think Najee scores a touchdown. Jordan Love, like Jesse mentioned, if he starts for Drew, maybe he goes Darnold. Who knows? Um, Jordan Love, just another week back. He's just like spreading the love around. Dante Wiggs scored twice.
You got
Jaden
28.
Reed's got in. Yeah, like Jordan Love is just he's legit. I hate it, but I hate him. But he looks pretty legit. So I'm gonna go Drew. I think 104 to 99. Drew.
I like it. Wrap it up. Last game we got Kevin Lee, Young Bucks.
Wow.
I'm gonna go out and say I got Kevin Lee winning this game. I think that Young Buck scores over 100, but it's just going to be ran. Like I think Henry's kind of found his stride a little in Baltimore. I think it get a little scary over there with Derek. I think Marvin Harrison looks crazy. If he starts Mark Andrews can't catch a football. He sucks.
Washed.
Yeah, he kind of watched. James Cook didn't get anything last week. I can see him having a big week.
Yeah.
I can see this being a high scoring game. I can see Justin Fields just absolutely shit in the bed Sunday night. Jefferson's going to have a good week, I think.
Okay, we get it. Who's next, Drew?
Bijan, he's got to shake the Zion narrative. Just go out there and do it. I'm tired of just like him imagining him doing things. I want to watch him do things. Chase on the bench. What?
As of now.
Wow.
As of now.
What? Is he available?
for Brian
No,
Robinson
Is
Jr.?
there trouble in paradise?
no, we're just Brian Robinson. We just want to get that guy some tick.
Wow.
Good player. He deserves
Brian?
to play. He deserves to play. He's earned it.
I read that as Bijan twice. Brian Robinson. Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm off. I guess I got him.
B Robs.
Uh, yeah, I think this is my game of the week here. I do think Ruben's going to win. Um, Captain's been looking good. Had making the playoffs before the season started. He's impressed me a lot, but I think I'm gonna go with Ruben in the close one still. But no, there's no Jonathan Taylor. It might look a little different, so I'm gonna stick with Ruben right now.
True.
Yeah, I'll go real quick,
Yeah.
Surfing, if you don't mind. I'll go me. I think that the Brian Robinson start is just one of those like me playing captain. You gotta slice the knife a little different sometimes. We're looking forward to playing Derrick Henry. Our relationship right now, people always ask. I would say it's like a Steve Ballmer, Blake Griffin. Remember
Ooh,
when I tried reaching
tough.
out to Derrick and he just
Hmm.
he just ran. He walked the other way, ran, sprinted, never really got or like Jalen Brunson, Mark Cuban. I don't know if y'all seen the clips of that interview where Jalen's was
Mm.
very aggressive with Mark Cuban, basically telling him go fuck yourself, and they still do the interview. So that's where me and Derek are at.
Wait, I gotta see that. When did Jalen do it to Mark?
No, he didn't say go fuck yourself, but he was telling him like basically like it was an awkward moment because Jalen Brunson was basically saying like that you didn't resign me, and Jalen
Mm.
Brunson, you know how he talks, he's like like he kept that energy the whole like part of that show, and
Oh,
it was
okay.
a little awkward, and I kind of respected Jalen Brunson for doing that because Mark Cuban was trying to like
Mm. Oh, you're saying like
like
his little what's it called? A sweatshop? What is it? What do they do?
yeah, Mark Cuban was like, yeah, but anyways, like the way we drafted you, man, the reason we drafted you, like, nah, bro, he's talking about something else.
He's like,
So
I
me and
wasn't in the
Derek,
room at all.
yeah, yeah, right. That's me and Derrick Henry's. Marvin Harrison Jr. We're excited to get a first look at this kid. Man, we're very excited to play
Man, let's
him.
go.
What a addition to our league. We're very
Yeah.
excited he's in the West. As much as I want everyone to lose, it's just a celebration here in the West, man. I think we root for each other in a weird way, and I'm very excited to watch Marvin Harrison play against me. Him and Jefferson are probably going to swap jerseys after the game, kind of how like Diggs and Jefferson did, which I thought was actually a little corny, the way they talk to each other.
Mm.
I'm so sick of those like fake, all the cameras are on, ha ha ha. Like, not and there's not any real words being exchanged. It's a bunch
You said
of
you a
bullshit
bad boy.
laughs and handshake. Yeah, just no real words are being exchanged. But I'm gonna go me 117. Let's keep it rolling
Wow.
to 109. I think, again, before I pass off Seraphine, one more thing I want to say about my team. Why should I be humble? When I look back in 10 years and I finally get a first round draft, I'm gonna look back in this team. This is what it's for. I gotta project myself to win a lot of these games. This is a team that I can't take for granted. In 6, 7, 8 years, I'm gonna have a way different team. So I got me.
I agree. I think Ruben wins this. Spread is the second largest um, after Drew's, um, and which is crazy, right? Because Justin Fields is starting and Jamar Chase is on the bench. I think if Jonathan Taylor gets downgraded to out, Brian Robinson Jr. slots in the running back, and Jamar Chase comes in at the flex. I mean,
Preach.
Ruben has options, and whatever the news comes, I think Ruben's team gets even better if he has to do that. Come on, Dak Prescott again. Marvin Harrison came down a little bit because Kyler Murray's maybe he's not that guy. Chris Godwin, I think the buys are hurting Justin more than they are hurting Ruben, which you're not even starting Herbert or Ridley, so pretty easy buy
If
for
anyone wants
Ruben.
Justin Herbert, man,
So who did you
look
have
into the
winner?
offers.
Ruben by a mile.
So
Anybody want Justin Herbert?
I'm good right now.
He was good like 3 years ago.
Hey, real quick, I think it would be cool if like I'd probably make our league crazy, but like if ESPN ever implemented like betting odds for your leagues, like if they like I don't know how it probably wouldn't work at all, but I would just love to put like $50 on Drew spread to cover that plus 21 and a half. I would,
They
whatever
should, they
it
should
is.
let you bet like Fab or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
You
that'd be
know,
good.
dope.
Like that. It'd
like
be,
the free agency money.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
dope.
right. Yeah, it'd be sick. That'd be dope.
hell yeah.
Maybe we can look
That'd
into
be
that.
nice.
We can look into that next year.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got wrapping this thing up. We're giving a special shout out to Gotti. This guy, he's been grinding in the kingdom for a while. Definitely has taken his licks and his lumps along the way, learning the game, seeing how he's turned into one of the better fantasy players. The kingdom is a lot of sharks, but I feel like in his leagues outside the kingdom, he's probably pretty good nowadays. Just got to bounce back within here, which is going to take time and patience, which is what happened with the county jail. Like I said, the shores keep coming up. Ports did close on the East Coast today, but on Arkham Island, where county jail is located, those are still open. We still got shower shoes in rotation. We still got meatloaf. We got pigskin. We don't have any football, but we have pigskins on the way. So we're doing our best over there, and it's the longest yard story. I respect it. He doesn't complain. He doesn't moan. He doesn't bitch. Um, he just goes out there, puts his hard hat on, and you know straps people down and does lobotomies and injects people with you know painless poisons for lethal injections. So that's just what he does.
Yeah, I just wanted to also give my shout to Gotti. I wanted to make sure this topic was in here. I just think to go in the right direction immediately, Jaden Daniels, just what a pick, man. I think it's a serious pick. It's kind of like it's kind of how I view the Bulls, like Chicago Bulls. I don't think we can afford to make another. Like we can't make another. Our next move for the future can't be. It's got to work out. So I think for Gotti, the fact that it has, um, Kyron Williams, just guys that I really feel fit his DNA. When Debo comes back, that's gonna help. Well, he was back. He was already back, right? Actually, didn't he play last week? Did Debo play last week?
Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
No, he's back this week, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So just shout out Gotti.
Yeah, no, I agree. Shout out Gotti for real. Turned around quick. That stack with Terry and Daniels is deadly for years to come, probably. Um, yeah, I honestly didn't think he'd be great this year, but it's proved me wrong.
Just to see Terry having fun out there playing football, man. I love it.
Me too. Facts.
Yeah, great team. I mean, you guys said a lot. I don't have really anything new, and I praised Gotti this week, last week. But he's for sure been like the biggest surprise. It's a happy surprise. It it's never fun to come on the show and just drag the West through the dirt. I feel for the people out
Sure.
there. I want to root for y'all, but you've made it hard in the last decade. Every time I log off this show, I gotta look at the mirror and I'm like, you're really not that mean of a person. But it's something about this show brings it out, and I'm just happy we can say some nice things about the West. It's a nice
Oh,
change of pace. It's fantastic what's going on over there. Hopefully it continues. Hopefully the narrative stays positive, because as soon as it goes the other way, I'm there.
long year.
Yeah. Week 5.
Extremely.
We are week 5.
Yes, sir.
But I got one.
Go ahead, Drew.
I just want to bring up the hot take.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna call it the hot take table.
Who's
And
up?
the quote we're serving up today is from Jesse, actually, from last week's episode.
Mm.
It said, "Amon-Ra, the better fantasy player than Jamar Chase."
Is
And,
is
and it might not be hot takey because I think Ty agreed with it. I don't know if anyone else, but I think that's gonna be interesting to watch the rest of the year.
Let's do it.
Amon-Ra, Jamar.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
NFL. I'm taking Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. Kingdom. Me and my boy Rob, man. Me and my like that dot he threw yesterday under pressure, just only up 5. We needed that.
Can't respond to that.
You said outside of fantasy, you go with Chase. I think that's such a cop out. Like I feel like you're playing both sides. You're playing both sides of the conversation. Pick
Is he
one.
here?
Pick one. Because pick
Like,
one.
is he
Well,
coming or something? Like, am I
I
like,
don't
why
know.
am I so worried about
I just
offending
think it's
Jamar
just a little
Chase?
cop out. Like, can you choose a
But who
side?
am I offending? I did. I answered
Can
the
you choose
question.
a
It's two different.
side? You like
Wait,
choosing him, oh, raw on fantasy, but in the NFL it's gonna be Chase. Like, no, pick a side. It was a take.
It to be fair, it's two different
He's like, he
things.
wants to
Like,
come. He's gonna be like, oh
they
yeah,
said
bro.
it was a
I was kind of
take.
wrong last week, but I'm not wrong because Chase or raw on fantasy and Chase in real life or something.
I just feel like that's the once you grasp that there's a difference. I feel like that's when we're gonna see a change to the passer. I feel like that's when we start seeing
Damn.
the wins come down the pipeline. Is once you realize
Wow.
what you see on the TV, it doesn't always translate. The Jahan Dotson, I don't care what kind of catch he made on when you're watching the whole game on Sunday. I watched the whole game. Yeah, Jahan Dotson, he's terrible. All right, like
He's
might be a good NFL receiver, but in the kingdom, it's just a little different in here. The scoring format is different than a lot of places. It's just it's fancy football. So when it came down to like who I think in stat stuff better, I think Jamar Chase. He's a little bit of a diva. He's got a little bit of an injury problem. I think the Lions offense is rolling. I think that he already has established a connection with Goff, and he was a dog last year, and he was better than him last year. So that's all I'm going off of for fantasy wise. But if I had him on the Bears, I'm taking Jamar Chase on the Bears all day. What the fuck?
but you would take Amon Ra. Who would be better, Amon Ra on the Bears or Chase on the Bears?
But Chase,
Okay.
like you're saying, like in real life or fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a good debate. I mean, I shout out Amara St. Brown for making it that. I don't think it was supposed to be a good debate when they were drafted. So the fact that it is, I gotta credit him there. I think my take with Chase is like, I don't want to say he's my favorite NFL player, but he's a little boomer busty, a little bit. He's got that a little bit in him, a little bit. And I think that like when I look at like CeeDee Lamb, I just feel like safer. When I see Justin Jefferson, I feel a little safer. It's like I don't want to sound like spoiled, but like when Jamar Chase got a 61-yard touchdown, part of me was a little mad about that because I was like, man, I want to see 13 catches, 132 yards, and like I don't know. I just wanted him to score differently because I think this week and the week before he's had deep touchdowns. So I just kind of wanted to see him get good fantasy production without a big touchdown because it would make me feel a little more comfortable. But I still take Jamar Chase fantasy wise. I think he's just got like a higher ceiling. I think he's a better player. And yeah, they got good connection, Goff and Amara, but so do Chase and Joe. So, and again, shout out to Jamar for just continuously stiff arming T. Higgins away. This little 1A, 1B bullshit that was going on like a year and a half ago. Shout out Jamar for, really separating himself and really making sure that everyone knows that T. Higgins is a fucking beta wide receiver two, who we'll see if they pay him, and we'll see what team he goes to as the new number one and fucking fails. I can't wait for that. So, yeah.
I think it's interesting you started that conversation or your take with Amon Ra making this a topic as if Amon Ra hasn't been the better wide receiver than Chase. I think the only reason we're having this conversation is for the first time in many years has Chase played consistently.
I
I
was
would have
referring to
expected.
when they got drafted in the NFL. This dude was like a fucking fifth round pick, and he had a fucking list of players they got drafted above him. I'm just saying, like I told Justin too. I like Amara St. Brown a lot. I listen to his podcast a lot. He's like I actually like him. He's probably he's actually one of my favorite players. Like I fuck with him. But what's the problem with what I said?
That the way that you started the conversation was that the whole topic of just between the two, it isn't because Amon Ra is playing so well. It's really because Chase has been more consistent. Like
Bro,
I don't think
Amara was a
I
third
don't think
fucking.
your additional point there changes anything. Like Amon Ra's still the better player. On a
Who has more points
team,
this year?
I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
Don't
I
ask
mean,
questions you don't
Jamar.
have answers to. Like,
I
come
asked
on,
you
like
a
you're just like
question though.
but you're asking a question to stop my my take, but you don't even have the answer. So you're just saying things. Either way,
Nah, nah.
either way, I think Amon Ra is a better player, even on a tougher team to produce. On the Bengals, who's there? I don't know. But on the Lions, you have Gibbs, you have Montgomery, you have, J-Mo. Like, it's hard to produce, and Amon Ra playing well. I think we see the separation this year. I don't know if
No
the separation
way.
was made last year.
Separations?
Yeah, I think there's a separation. I think it was made
Hell
last
no.
year, and it's going to be solidified
No.
this year. So
Bro, this is a
write that
splitting.
takedown, Drew, and then we can talk about that in week 15.
You got you.
I'm down for it, man. I can see it too, sir. I can see it. I don't know if I predict it, but I see where you're going with it. I see the
Bro,
vision.
what's with Jesse's camera? Like, did you buy a camera? I feel like it.
No, that's my iPad. It just like it kind of focuses on me.
That's pretty
You know?
cool.
I feel like
Yeah,
it
it's
tracks you.
professional, right? It just it's we got to step it up a little bit. The 29 in the background reminding that my birthday was just so I get some more birthday wishes.
I
Strategically placed.
I did want to mention one more thing before we were done. Yeah, that's cool with y'all. I just wanted to give our flowers. I think we're all gonna have something to say about this, but Derrick Rose retired from the NBA a couple days ago, and obviously this is a football chat, but I think we got a lot of like basketball lovers in our group chat. A lot of people that live in the area, Chicagoland area, who I think you know Derrick Rose is just like everyone's favorite player. As Jesse like is fucking off over there.
Fucking camera,
But
bro.
I just wanted to give Derrick
My
Rose his
fucking iPad.
flowers, man. I think that me, Jesse, and Drew, who are huge, massive Bulls fans, I think we all just have that love for D Rose, man. So I just wanted to give him a shout out, man. It's just like first thing, put things in perspective. Obviously D Rose was dealing with injuries, so we kind of got used to him not really being a contributor in the NBA for sometimes, throughout his
Mm,
career. But for him to actually call it quits, I just wanted to kind of give Derrick Rose that shot, man. My favorite athlete of all time. Like,
mm,
what he did, man, he was the man in his time. His highlights still look good today. He would go crazy today. He's better than like 99% of players today. I
yeah,
really think Derrick Rose is just like a top five point guard of all time talent, top three. I mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
willing to go really as high as anyone wants to, man. Get a couple beers in my system, and I'm
yeah,
rocking with you. So I just wanted to give Derrick Rose some love, man. Like once in a lifetime athlete for me in Chicago. I don't know if we're gonna see a better one, really. Like just from the pure trajectory he was on, I don't know if there will be a better athlete than him. It's long, life is long, but I just wanted to mention. I know we're all big Bulls fans, so shout out D Rose.
Shout out D Rose, bro.
not for
Yeah,
now, man.
yeah. Derek.
Surf never really watched them. Go ahead, Drew.
I just wanted to say he's the reason why I got into the Bulls at all. I was watching like Ben Gordon and all that before, but Zioni and fucking whoever
Mm,
else we had. But once we got to Derek, it was like, okay, the hype's like here. I gotta start like paying attention now. Like here we go, and the rest is history. Shout out to Derrick Rose, man. What a career.
That '08 just came out the scene, bro. Playoff game with Boston.
Oh,
Like, wow.
best rookie playoff performance ever. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's got.
Damn, man.
100%, man. 100%. Love D Rose. Went through the trenches with him. Those Heat series, the series count didn't do it justice. Like every game was like toss up, and they should have won
Facts.
7 games. They damn near every game felt like game 7. Like I haven't felt that in a playoff series in a while. Like he was just so special. Like LeBron James did some voodoo shit to get this guy out of the picture, man, because he was just too much. But yeah, I mean that's what we got for this episode.